Hello, my name is Lars Hoffman. I'm the designer of Empatos. It's a game that in a fun manner teaches you valuable lessons about your co-participants, perhaps your colleagues, and the way they think and what they appreciate. And how does it do that? It does it by rewarding empathy and the ability to put your co-participants' thoughts into words and guess how they are thinking. So let's get right into it and teach you how to play this game. So you have to open the box and get the components out. And every participant should have one plate of a chosen color and with the accompanying 2 tokens in the same color, and a pen to write with, and a tissue to wipe away to clean your plate between each turn. Then you should shuffle the red cards and get ready for playing. So a volunteer takes the first turn, and let's imagine that I'm doing that. I'm the red player, and I draw one of the red guest cards and reads its text aloud. So here it is, the best way to handle me when I'm stressed. So all the other participants should then try to think about how do you handle Lars the best when he's stressed, and put it into writing on their plate and put the plate visible for everyone to see in the middle of the table. So let's imagine that yellow player is the fastest one and writes bring a cup of coffee here and puts it in the middle. Then comes up blue, who's writing ask if you need a hand, and we have green thinking in a little other line of thought, leave you alone. That could also work in some cases. And finally the orange player writes say how can I help. And when everyone has handed in their choice, it's time for the player who's taking turn to deliberate. And let me just say, if somebody else has handed in a choice that is similar to yours, you have to take back your plate if you were the latest one and write a new suggestion. So it might look like this now. And I, as the red player, have to look at all the options and choose secretly which one I think is the best option, which one is most me. And in this case, I would probably say the orange one, and then I mark the orange color at the back of my plate. And this must be done secretly, so it will look like this. I mark the orange color. And when I'm done with that, all the other participants need to bet on my and guess my choice, and that is what will award them points. So they are allowed to split their votes between 2 plates or put all on one, and they don't have to bet on their own plate. So it might look like this, where green has put 1 on both orange and blue. So has blue done the same thing, and also orange, 1 on each. They couldn't quite decide, while yellow has put all his bets on the orange plate. So when everyone has betted, it's time for the person who has taken the turn, that's me in this case, to reveal his or her choice. Where is the cross placed? And then to describe why have I chosen this plate. In this case, I would say they're all good. I actually thought most about the blue, but then I realized that orange was perhaps the best, because when I'm pressed, I really need to be pushed into and say, you know, how can others people help? So that in that way, it's even better than the blue one. And I would describe a little more about that. And this kind of, you have to tell why you have made your choice is a very important part of the game. So please stick to that. And when that is done, it's time to award points to the players. And it goes like this. So each correct bet on the plate that was the correct one gives 1 point. So then in this case, that would give 1 point to blue, green, and orange, and yellow would get 2 points. Then there is an extra point to the player who wrote the plate that was chosen. So in this case, that would be orange player getting an extra point. And those points are handed out, and that might look like this. Remember, 2 points to orange, 2 to yellow, and only 1 for each blue and green. And then there is the player who's taking turns. He or she also gets some points, and that is 1 point per bet on the correct plate. And in that case, it would be 5, but there is a maximum here of 2 points. So as long as there are 2, that's the maximum. So I, as the red player, would get 2 points, and that would look like this. So very simple. That is 1 turn. Then you hand it to the next player, who takes his or her turn and go around the table in that manner. And you could end it after perhaps 3 rounds around the table. So that's it. I hope you have lots of fun with Empatos and get to know each other better and develop your team in that manner. Have fun.